What up, SK family? It's your girl KG. How are y'all doing today? If you're watching the replay, go ahead and put a hashtag replay in the comments. The way you know you're watching the replay is when you look up and don't see your live red box. That means you are watching the replay. If you're new, meaning you've never watched any of our lives before, go ahead and put new in the comments. And if you're watching this live, go ahead and put hashtag HeySK in those comments. And go ahead and drop that clock. Why? Because every day we are reclaiming our time. My name is Katia Green. This is my lovely wife, Stephanie Green. And we make up HeySK. We are your superheroes of self-care, a.k.a. your transformational mentors. We help wounded healers activate their inner superhero, a.k.a. the inner child, so they can live a bold, fun, and free life. We back for another SK After Dark. Tonight we are talking about living out my thoughts. Living out my thoughts. If you're watching the live or the replay, I want you to tell me what you think that means to you. Living out my thoughts. Living out my thoughts. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're just going to share with y'all some things. I see y'all popping on in. Say hey SK when you pop in. Let us know who you are. Tell me what you think living out my thoughts mean. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Living out my thoughts. And just talking about how your thoughts, talking about what you think, you know what I'm saying, that's what come to pass. And people don't understand the power of your tongue as well as the power of your thoughts. A lot of time, they say, what a man thinketh, so is he. So, living out my thoughts. So, let me tell y'all a little bit about how we got to this story. As many of you know, Steph and I started HeySK. Well, it wasn't even HeySK then, but our brand back in 2018. And we, started getting things we needed for business, just doing what we do, putting MLMs under our brand and all that stuff. But we didn't quite have it all together. And we didn't know what to do. And we realized as we grew, like Steph was in some MLM, she was learning some training and the ways to better business. And I was learning stuff from people and we was bringing our ideas together. But we realized that individually, sometimes our thinking was stinking when things got back up against the wall, like business wasn't going the way we planned and we had this grand idea and things happened. And our thoughts was crazy. And it's just like we kept saying, we look out for this and we do this. We wondering why things ain't right. But we realized it was our mindset. And our mindset shifted. Our mindset shifted when what we wanted to happen, we start thinking and we start manifesting, we start focusing and zooming in on those thoughts. Living out my thoughts. And it's crazy because a year ago, it wasn't like this. And I will tell y'all out there, being on one accord with your partner matters. Being on one accord with your partner can really change some things or really make some things worse. And when y'all not on the same page, especially when you're doing business together, we learned that we work well like in the personal space, but sometimes because of our different thought patterns, we don't always see things the same way in business.
That's true.
So we had to learn to take our thoughts off, like the negative side of like, dang, we don't think like. And one thing that I give to you credit is honing in on our strengths and allowing us to work in our lane. But that we was living our business being crazy and us not seeing eye to eye because that's all we thought about. Every time a business topic came up, we already came in the game. Well, I already know we're not going to agree because you think that, like, that's what we focus on. But when we shifted our focus, and you can say if I'm right or wrong, to letting us work in our strengths and just encouraging them. And if we need help, like Steph might be good at something, but she might be overwhelmed that day and she asked for help. And I'm just, would you say that the mindset shift is what contributes to the shift in our life and stuff?
Yeah.
So what do you think living out my thoughts mean to you?
That you just want to live out your thoughts, like what you think is going to happen.
And that could really contribute to um let me see. That can really contribute to um outcomes in your life. Some of y'all want a better job. Um some of y'all want a better future. Some of y'all want a better marriage. But all you focus on is
Know
your.
what you say, what you think will grow.
Yes, that's what I say. What you feed will grow. What you think will grow. And I say what you feed will grow because your thoughts feed your life. And I know it's so hard because we feed off of emotion, struggle, pain. That's what we feed. And we also encourage it a little bit. Because think about this. All the times in your life when things were going good and your family know things were going good for you, nobody really called you, check on you, not even say anything to you. But the moment things going bad in your life or something, that's when tend the people to show you the most attention. So it's almost a sense that we enable struggle and pain because we don't check on people when they're good. All because we think they're good because things are going good. So we assume, which is a thought.
Yeah. You know what they say about assuming.
We assume that they're okay because they doing what they got to do. And I just feel like, Stephanie and I shifted so much. We've created playlists, different playlists for whatever we're trying to manifest, different songs, whatever. And when I tell you it helps with the energy in our in business in between us. Do you want to share a little bit from last Friday to now, like how we started? Like this is what we've been manifesting mentally for a while, even when business is not great and when sales were going up and down. We maintained this healthy mindset, these healthy thoughts that we kept thinking and being grateful for what we have currently, but we grateful for future customers, and we just been saying these things, and this started Friday.
We were just talking about just looking back, like the ability to do things that we weren't able to do. Like we're just grateful. Like one time, like specifically.
I mean, you can just share.
Like
I walked in this store.
So we walked into this happened like several times throughout the weekend. We walked into the store for something and walked out with what we got for what we went in there for. If I can get my words out, what we went in there for, and then a bunch of other stuff. So like as you all know, we moved and got rid of a lot of furniture since before we left Texas. So we've been kind of like trying to find furniture that we wanted that we could both agree on because we have very different tastes. And you want your home to reflect both of you, not one of you. So not saying that like her taste is horrible, but like it's not my preferred, and and vice versa. So we found something that we enjoyed. So we said we was going in there for a new bed set. We got one that we agreed on, a really nice one. Actually better than the other one we was thinking about getting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we still got we got our living room furniture too, which that is coming way sooner. So I'm excited for that. And then like we went into like Best Buy for a TV and got a great deal on like sound system. And then Katia practiced what she preached and put herself first and decided that she wanted an Apple Watch. And she went into Verizon and got her Apple Watch that she wanted, which I'm so proud of her for choosing her and getting something that she wanted, because we know we hold her accountable, because she's definitely will take care of everybody else before her. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
But we went in there, and then for not much more, like it didn't make our bill go up to make this swap. I had a tablet on the plan, the family plan or whatever, and I got my first iPad. And we walked with a really great speaker for the house, which is gonna be fun when it had a microphone, so it's gonna be fun. We have like game night. You know, we like to host game nights. We used to do that all the time. Host game nights, we can do some karaoke with the mic and have so much fun, but we use it to clean and organize and unpack so we can make room for our TV they bought earlier today. And that was it. Yeah. But it was just cool, like just being grateful. We were like, wow, like we had walked in and got everything we wanted, but then some. And it's not like we're not like rich. We don't be like asking for money, but it's just like we got because people are like, well, you spend a lot of money. Like, but we got we got good deals on stuff. So it's not like we walked out and paid. Stop!
Oh my God, bro, I'm rubbing off on you. That's how like. Because remember, I said something to you today through a text message, or was it yesterday? And you was like, bro, oh no, it was yesterday. Because remember, you was like, that's my type of petty.
Oh, yeah.
With the screenshot.
Oh, yeah. Tracking. Yeah. We rubbing off on each other for sure.
Because that's like, people if you're watching the live or the replay, that sound like a me, not Stephanie. And she yelled it out in the live real quick.
No, because you motherfuckers are so.
Oh, they already, when you list down what we purchased, but I know people gonna already be.
But my thing is, it's not even at that, because like
you don't know what
idea.
We went through to get it. You don't know how long we've been building for this. So don't just assume that somebody went in there. And if I did go in there and purchase it right away, that's my business. You know, a lot
of people do. And if she didn't, that's not your
business. Because soon as somebody come at y'all for buying all these Jordans, y'all want to be like, it's my money, but yet you want to cover somebody, count somebody coins. Because guess what? We going to buy what we need. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of it, like your mindset. And I would say for me, like I never really got denied for anything because I never applied for anything. Because I had that mindset that I'm not going to get approved and my credit ain't this. And a lot of times you might get something, but when you living out your thoughts. You living out your thoughts when you focus on that. But the moment I walked in with confidence, and even though my credit ain't top tier yet, we doing good. Yeah.
But what I like was the lady was nice to us.
Yeah.
Like we've been to so many other spots, and she was the most friendliest and most helpful person. I think that kind of really set the tone too. Because a lot of times, we walk in pretty casual. We try to rock. See, most of the time, something that is us or that we're earning, that we have on. And sometimes people look at us and they think we're 12 and they just don't treat us that good. Sometimes, or you can kind of tell that they don't think we're going to do it. But she was nice. Because we went in there, we said we were looking, but we still didn't say like yay or nay. Like, we was like, we're just going to look and see. And then she, was like, have a look. And then she came over and answered all our questions and stuff. And she listened to our needs and all that stuff too. And I thought that was cool. Like I said, I think that set the tone because it was just good. Like, it was just good. But what I was saying before, don't be clocking people's coins. It's rude. And like Sia said, you don't know what we did to get there, or the work, or the discipline, the sacrifices to get there.
Yeah. But at some points, you have to want more than what you when you currently are. So when you see people out here, not just us, when you see people out here living their best life, going on trips, traveling, going to events, whether they local events or far away events, because you know people gonna try to shade you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So you might as well live. First, they're gonna tell you too broke to travel. Then when you start traveling, they gonna shade you for the places you travel to. Oh, that's all you can afford.
Oh,
Oh, that's all you. Oh, that's all you got. So that's what. And it's
they
true.
do that. They be like, you spend all that money.
They're gonna
Yeah,
shade you either way.
they
So just
are.
live. They're gonna find something because they're mad because they didn't choose to do better and they choose to live in their negative broke thoughts versus thinking that you can do it. And even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you should want more. If a job is not giving you what you need to find another one. You need to find another one. Because my thing is, why am I getting up every morning, sacrificing my time 8 hours a day for a job that barely can pay my bills? But people stay in these jobs year after year after year.
They do.
They're living out their thoughts, and I guarantee you, they're living out that I'm no better. I'm no good for a bigger position. I'm not. I don't
Yeah.
deserve this. Some people don't really. When you hear them talk about a job that's a lot of money per year, whether it's 80,000, 20,000 a year, they gonna take the 20,000 over the 80. Because why? Because they living out their thoughts. They don't think that they worthy of 80,000. That's too much. No one in my family has ever made that. You know, if you watch a live or the replay and you had those thoughts, be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't get to where I am because in my mind I had already counted myself out in my thoughts. I told myself I'm not good enough. And some of y'all be like, I never told myself that. But your actions sometimes will tell on you before you open your mouth. You staying on a job that's not benefiting your household is saying that you feel like you can't get enough. You feel like you can't get no more. You ain't have to say it. I could look at that because there's no way I'm taking a job that I'm already can't pay my bills. Because I know during COVID and right after COVID happened, people don't want to work. No, people want to work. They just don't want to work for pennies.
Yeah.
And like outright, like the way the lifestyle that we've come up to, we ain't arrived so much to be, but we arrived. You know, we ain't where we was last year financially, and just in our mindset.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It really changed. Like we surprised ourselves this weekend, like going in and out of those stores, getting what we need for our home. We shocked ourselves.
And I then yeah, in our personal, because like she wanted to get the watch, cause like keep up with like her steps and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I've been wanting an iPad just for like productivity and business. It's a little bit more portable than the laptop, which I mean I love that thing too. But I like something that I can tuck in a tote and purse. A little bit easier. Oh, we forgot the fun part. How like everything lined up. So was it February I did this?
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought these tickets in February. But there's a guy on here. If you saw my post, you'll see we're gonna post a little bit later on our channel too. But he does like food tours where he goes to different cities, rents a beautiful home that can hold a number of people, and then he puts on like a dinner. He hosts a dinner party, basically, like a dining experience. And I purchased these tickets, and it was a good time. Like food tasted so gross yesterday. Like, because it was that food we went on Monday, and that food was so good. And it was like a pretty luxurious experience because like price wise, like it wasn't cheap at all. But it was like a multi-course meal. You were served and everything and you could take leftovers. It was so good just to be amongst all these people, like successful people, and like connecting with people. But like we were just talking about, like we literally lived like a weekend of like I would say luxury, like in a way. Like luxury is not like money or have to live in a lavish, like the luxury of walking into stores, getting what we needed and then some. And as you can see, we still ain't missed a meal, Um, luxury is being able to be like, so like we were in Verizon, I was looking at what speaker, they didn't have none of that one, but I walked to Kenny and I was like, I want it. I wasn't saying like for her to buy it, but like just,
And it's to the point where even like we're living out our thoughts because we look at price tags, but we don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you just be like, I want it, and you get
right.
it.
And so
that's a huge
it is.
shift.
But like I had said it, and it wasn't like a buy it. Like I was like, like we come back for it later when we get things more set up. But like just the luxury of being able to be like, it's on sale. Okay, well I'll take that. Like that type of thing. Like just the luxury of being able to do stuff like that. It's
and
cool.
The sale still wasn't cheap.
Right. Well, not the point, but the fact the luxury that we could that's 2 extra items when we walked in there that we didn't go in there for. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Just the luxury of being able to do it. It doesn't matter whether it's cheap or it's $5 extra. Just having the luxury to be able to do it is what I was referring to. So we went to that experience, the dining experience on Monday, and it kind of like flowed into that. That's what I was getting to the point with the luxury. But like the price tag was not, I would say it's a fairly luxurious price tag, even though I got that on sale as well. Saved a couple $100 between both of us, like but even that still, like you said, still wasn't cheap. Like,
that's what I was saying.
But it was still
nice.
but it's still a luxurious experience. And just like it just energy carried over into and just made money even more magical because like this was done months ago. We had no idea that the weekend prior was going to be litty titty. It's not like we're like, let's continue this luxury and go have a luxurious dinner. No, like that was planned months ago. We looked at her work schedule, snatched the tickets while we could, and that was it. Like months ago, set it and forget it. We had no idea the stuff that was going to transpire before that dinner. So I'm excited. We've been riding this high all week. Like even today, was it like yesterday? It was the only day we chilled a little bit. But even today, they came to deliver the TV and it looks nice on the wall. I'm just like, wow, we did that, babe. We're like planning what we're going to put our furniture on Saturday. Like, damn, babe, we did that. Just the luxury. But like Katia said, it all started in the mind. Your mindset. Like what you think is what you're going to manifest. And if you have to put in the work, but if you're putting in the work and you're counting yourself out, like, why are you even trying? Like, you got to put in the work.
That's true.
You got to put, like, a lot of people think manifestations, you speaking is magically going to be. To get to that level, that's work. You got to take work. You can't just be like, oh, I want $1 million and manifest it, boom, $1 million in your account. You would work. But if you put in $1 million activities and you manifest, more than likely your work, what you're doing is going to work temp. Always, but you have to keep a positive mindset. It all starts here.
Yeah, your mind is everything. Your thought, you living out your thoughts. So if your life is not the way you want it to be, I guarantee you, it's in your thoughts. You're living out your thoughts. You living out what you focus on. It's true.
Oof, I got you.
It is true. So I always want you to like reflect on your life and like if you're in a bad spot, if you're in a low space, that's all your thoughts on. I guarantee you that's all you feel because that you just immersed in that energy. And it's all because that's what you think. You think you don't deserve better. Because you know what I'm saying, you got to change your mindset. And it can't just be like Steph said, just some willy-nilly. We literally walk around like it's to the point where I feel it in my soul. I feel the wealth transformation internally happen.
I don't think it's any coincidence I've been listening to that money playlist too to kind of been really get in your mind and your thoughts.
And I tell you guys, my body, your soul, your body has to transform into wealth. You have to feel it before you receive it.
That's true.
And every time I go back on my thoughts and start thinking those, can't make it thoughts, the feeling goes away. When I get out of my own head and get out of my own way in my thoughts, I start feeling like I just feel it. You just feel it. Your body is just like, anybody ever watch Family Matters when Steve Urkel get in that machine and he turns and Stephon Urkel? That is how I feel. Just transforming my body.
Yeah. I will preface this, and I know some people are, because a lot of people get defensive when they're not in the space of healing or space of receiving. And so they'll be like, oh dang, I lost my train of thought that quick. What were you saying?
I'm talking about transformation and
Right before that.
that's what I was talking
Oh
about.
yeah. Got thoughts. I'm so sorry. Um, you're gonna be like, okay, you're human, so you're gonna have thoughts, and so you not all of your thoughts that cross your brain are going to be positive. They're not always going to be encouraging. It's what you do with that thought is what's going to be determine the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you sit there and wallow in it and entertain it, then that's what it'll be. But if you feel and be like, nope, I'm not listening to you, and address where the root of that is coming from, that's what's going to happen. I just wanted to preface that because I know people will automatically dismiss everything said because you was like, what you think. And like, well, yes, you are human. You can't control your initial thought. It's the what you do with it beyond that point. Do you let it stay an initial thought and it goes on to its next spot? Do you let it sit there and fester like a wound or a cancer, just making things sick and worse?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I'll try to get you people because people be like, nah.
I know. I appreciate it.
They'll disregard everything. Just like I said, if you're not in a space of healing and releasing and growing, like stuff like that is going to sound offensive to you if you're not ready for it. When that's okay. It doesn't make it any less true.
Nope.
But
yeah, I mean, I get it. That's true. And that's a good point. You made a great point. That's what we tag team this thing. Yeah, I'm not telling you to be emotional robot where you just no. But essentially it is what she just said. Because even in the midst of this journey, like when things are up and down in business and she and I don't always see eye to eye, you had those thoughts creeping up. Dang, this ain't gonna work. Cause do I want like you start questioning yourself, is it me? Is it them? And you just have all these thoughts, but you shut it down. Exactly what she said. She's right. I do it. That's what I was just saying. Like, you're right, because I've had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell myself, this business, I'm not in a rush. Yes, I want to make money to the point where I can retire my wife for permanently. I do. But I always tell myself that this is a journey. We're gonna get there. And all it takes is one person to see you in a higher light than you see yourself and want to invest in you and take you to the next level for your life to change like that. Right. So all I gotta encourage myself to do is consistently just show up and talk and share your story and encourage people and show us through our merch and that you can be in a powerful being.
Yeah.
And that's why we're not wearing. They're just talking about from the bar crawl, but our merch.
Oh yeah,
that encourages. It's literally to help those. Anybody can wear it, but it's great for those who are building their voice again, because you can wear our gear and say I am with all these words on it, and not only encourage yourself but encourage someone else, because sometimes you lose your voice in life, and not physically, but you just lose your voice. And on your journey of transforming back, where you can be confident in who you are and verbally speak it, but also have a stance of confidence in it, that's where the gear comes in. It's your voice until you find your voice again.
I like that. You should write that down. I like that.
That's why I love our gear. Because sometimes I've been down and I haven't even told my wife. I'm just internally not feeling it. And I try to hold myself together. And I literally she'll wear the power within magically that day. And I just look at it and read the shirt. And it literally changes my life. And I get myself together because I have something physical in front of me. I'm looking at a bag right here. I booked one of our I Am book bags. I am mighty. I am strong. I am capable. I'm unstoppable. Just to see something like that when you have lost your voice of life and give you a sense of hope. That person ain't said nothing to you. All you do is see. That's what I love our gear. I love it. It's a voice when you don't have one. So
that's a good one.
But it all starts here. Like Steph said, don't beat up on yourself. If you have even if you follow through with the thought and believe it for a day or two, that doesn't mean it erases everything.
No.
You just pick yourself back up and say, we got this today. You can transform your thoughts at any time.
Yeah, true.
I can be mad. I can be happy. Why? Because I chose not to allow whatever happened to me take me down. I chose to have my human moment. Okay, you know what? That hurt. Ooh, that sting. Okay. How we gonna move from here? And you talk to yourself. Sometimes you ain't gonna always have somebody near you. You gonna have to work on talking yourself out. Some certain situations by yourself. That's why I encourage people to have alone time and sit with yourself so you can learn you. So you can. Some people are afraid of their own energy. So I'm just excited. I'm excited, and it's crazy. Also, too, we had 2 orders come in the middle of the night out of nowhere.
Oh yeah,
in the same few days.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah,
we just like,
and not from not
from people we
name.
Yeah. Right. It's people.
Yeah. I forgot.
Randomly on our page, somebody put us in a local newspaper or something, right? We on that newspaper page.
We are. Oh yeah.
The phone.
It's
book.
a 757 Green Book. Yeah.
And they found
our information, website, phone number, everything is accurate. I was like, oh shoot. I forgot about that.
It tells you
what we do, what we got, and it was pretty accurate.
And they let you go in and fix things just in case the information they pulled was inaccurate.
But what they pulled was pretty accurate. I was shook. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So it's just like, but it's all because we changed our mindset, you know. And one thing I can say about us together, individually and collectively, is we do own our shit. We do. And I'm not even faking, like, you know what I'm saying? Even if in a moment you pause and be like, you still, you know what? You was right.
You and fake don't even go together in the same sentence.
No.
Honestly.
And I love that about us. Like, even if it takes us a few minutes to collect ourselves, we both will acknowledge where we could have done something better.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Yeah. It's true.
Got anything else? What's in your thoughts right now?
I don't have any. That's okay too.
Yeah, sometimes you need a brain dump and just.
I don't have any.
And no, because sometimes when you think, you can't sleep and rest good.
Yeah, I know, like, growing up Christian, he used to say, like, having an empty brain is of the devil, or empty mind is of the devil. It's about yoga releases the mind or something. I don't know. I used to really.
I heard that. It's pretty much saying the same thing. An idle mind is a devil's workshop.
No, well,
but that's silly saying if
they generally say because if you're bored, that's basically they took it as like. But
boredom, that's true.
But yeah, I always thought like having an empty brain was wrong, you know. So like having to unlearn that it's okay not to have any thoughts. I thought you always had to have thoughts, because I thought not having the thought meant that.
See, the trauma y'all Christians cause children.
Some of y'all, yes. But
so it's you teach y'all out there in that world somewhere. Some of y'all teaching that you just supposed to have a brain on go all the time.
Not on go, but like you're not supposed to empty your mind. So I guess whatever thinks you just let it keep going.
Just gonna get in
it's
there
never supposed to be.
Say, oh, you
girl,
you gonna marry a woman?
Girl, I don't know. Look,
so what they saying, the day you met me, your
no,
you had no thoughts.
You're reading too much into it. No. You're reading too much into it. But no.
I'm just playing. That was sarcasm. No, I'm serious.
This stupid sock keep rotating. I hate it. I hate the way this feels.
But I've never heard that. I always know the boredom. Yeah, pretty much. If you ain't actively, they say if you ain't active and engaged, or if a kid want to always, like they ain't really into outside, they think they cooking up something.
Yeah, it had something to do. I know for what I was told, it had something to do with like the misconstrued belief in yoga, and then they believe yoga is of the devil too.
Really?
Yes.
I've never heard that.
Do black people do yoga where you from?
No.
Look, that's probably why.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't very ethnic back then.
Oh.
Yeah. God mentioned I wanted to get into yoga so I could be more flexible because I didn't want to be an old person that could barely move.
Oh, yoga is good.
Right. And it was like, it's of the devil or like the origins.
What in the hell?
Look, I don't know. Look, I didn't say it. I agree with it.
I know you didn't, but I'm just like, y'all see, that's why we just need to heal, heal, and love people. Just leave it simple.
Yeah,
just leave it simple because that is ridiculous.
Don't ask. I don't know where the belief came from.
I'm not asking you to explain, but I'm just like, that's why we just love people. Be kind to all.
And I asked what was wrong with yoga, and nobody could ever tell me what.
Because they don't know.
They just said the roots. That's something. This is talking about the roots. This is before like Google was prevalent, so like
this is the problem
looking information was not on my fingertips back then.
But
once I learned better, I didn't care to like.
But it's just like people just go with the flow, and that's why I don't never fit in with no crowd I go to or no religion or no nothing, because I'm always ask questions, and they don't want you to ask questions. They just want you to go with the flow. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like almost like master and slave. Do what I say, do. Mm-hmm. You know, they like I couldn't. I always had questions. I was heavily engaged in the church.
Oh, me too.
Like in 3 choirs, usher, acolyte, missionary, all of that. But when you take a step back and you find you know what I'm saying? When you in a dark space, because children can be in dark spaces, because you know the kids that ain't in dark spaces and they have a voice, you ain't gonna get nothing over. Oh, I'm not doing that. And then that dog gonna get mad because you don't question the judgment of an adult. So but you realize you live out your thoughts. You notice they get in your head.
Yeah.
And people that's saying they don't let them get in your head, even in sports. Those religions get in your head, and you tend to just live out your thoughts with that religion. Mm-hmm. And in the moment you start thinking independently, it's like, oh, you the black sheep of the family. You don't turn against. Oh, if so and so was alive, they would turn. Or they turning over in their grave. Well, let them keep turning. Because I know people that knew me growing up going to say, oh, your grandmother probably rolling in her grave. You ain't in the church no more. And you married a woman. Well, let her keep rolling. What? I'm not being disrespectful. I'm so serious.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
No shade.
I was not prepared for you to say that.
I love her, but let her keep rolling. If she was alive and she told me, I don't want nothing to do with you because you married a woman, I guess I won't ever see you again in life. I'm never going to compromise my happiness and peace of mind to be in somebody's life who I've never done nothing to. But the only reason why you don't want to be in my life is because of how you feel about my marriage or me marrying a woman. Some people would rather see you in an abusive relationship, in a toxic relationship with a man, than see you gay. And that's sad.
Yeah, it's true.
I know. They be like, because I see you uphold these negative relationships because they ain't in thoughts. Everything is in your thoughts.
Hey, really?
You live it, and when you really realize the moment that you change you be like, wow, things change in my life. I guarantee you, when you look back where that turn happened in your life for the better, it was when you got out your own head, when you healed, when you start thinking differently. Promise you, you're living out your thoughts. And I want to say this too before we get off, a caveat to not being able to, it's okay not to have thoughts. But it's okay. What's going to also happen is just because when you start thinking better doesn't mean it's going to be an instant change either. We've been riding this high, listening to our playlists and staying in this energy when there was no sales, when there was sales. So you can't just wait, just assume that I'm going to start thinking differently and I'm just going to voila. For some, it might happen, but that's not the norm. That's not the norm. And I just want people to know that. And like, I'm learning that from my wife to like put a little disclaimers out there because people will take your words and use it against you.
Especially, I also say that, especially when you meet new people or people meet you, they don't know you. Like people have been following you for a while or know you personally. They know when you say certain things, like how you really
where you coming from.
Yeah,
that makes
people
sense.
who may not know you, and then they'll take that snippet and run with it. And have the
that's
whole wrong idea.
Right.
No, I'm saying, but
I'm doing
why.
it now for that reason.
It's
to let
not,
people know that
because
just
people will, like, especially when they're not in the space to really hear it and they're on the defensive anyway. We talk about that a lot with communication. Part of effective communication is active listening, and you can't actively listen if you're in your feelings. And so they'll hold on to that one piece. So what?
I was just saying
I was like,
they end up sitting up like this,
yeah,
like waiting, just
they just
like,
waiting for a moment to pounce when all they need to do is just take a deep breath and get out of their feelings and listen to what's really being said.
I used to be very defensive, and I've gotten a lot better. So sometimes and you know what I'm starting to do a little bit is just sit like this, and if I'm in the bed, just sit. It doesn't allow me to be. I can't get defensive. Trust me, getting offensive and offended is all about posture too.
That is
if you're not in a position to be in that offensive a posture, you 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna be offended because you already up like this. So what you really did, this is your heart. You literally closed off that open gauge. It's like that circuit with the open closed circuit when you talk about flipping the light on and off. And for those who took science, it's like that. Your posture it determines your defense. So if I'm just sitting like this, she's more willing to talk to me. And like, even if she says something that was offensive, sitting like this, I'm going to hear her better. Everything is open when you're relaxed. Your ears are open to hear better. Your heart is open to receive better. Even a clenched fist, people, you can be like doing like this because you got a cramp. When somebody see this, they think you on the fence, ready to fight. You open your hand, they feel safe. So tight things, posture is everything. Even if it's not meant the way it is, that's why I'm working on not sitting like this. Like when I stand like this. Generally, it's because I had my heart broken so many times. So I'm always this defense means you protecting your heart at all times. Some people who stand with their hands straight down, they have a little more relaxation. Maybe they've healed or some things. It has some truth to it. Trust me. So I'm working on, because and it, like I say, I dealt with a lot of, when you grow up with adults say is golden, and you a child, you have no say, and you hear that from little to high school almost, or going into high school. That's a lot of years to say that, for somebody to indirectly or directly tell you you don't matter, your thoughts don't matter, and how you feel don't matter. That's a lot of years, and you got to undo all of that to actually think your feelings matter. So you automatically take offense, and on defense, because it took you so long. Like, it's almost like once you come out of that thought pattern, it's almost like you on the fence still, because you fought so hard to change, and you remember when you was in that state of oppression and you didn't matter to those people. That it's not like, no, you ain't gonna tell me nothing. Yeah, I'm doing this because you had so many years of, you ain't never had a voice, and you don't have to be that way. So that's me, and I don't mind being transparent. You know, I can tend to be very defensive when I with my wife, because you ever listen to Charlie Brown and want. Literally, if your ears are not healed, you tend to hear things differently than when your ears and your heart is healed. She can be like, I love you. And all I hear is, what, you hate me? Yeah, like, you ever had that? You like, what? What did you get?
It'd be like, hey babe, I need a minute. God, no, my God, she's breaking up. Like that type.
Yeah.
Of,
But your hurt ear and your trauma ear hears that. But when you open, you need a minute. Do you want me to leave, or you want me to stay, or you leaving? Right. Your when your ears are healed, your what you say and how you receive things are different. So we always tend to heal our heart, and I feel like my wife has done a great job of healing my heart, but she can't heal my ears. And even when you can have a healed heart and broken ears and trauma filled ears, and that's why you can't listen good. Your listening is off because your ears are not healed. And I don't mean physically like healed. Your ears are not here, meaning your all of this is connected. Your thoughts are negative, so it affects your hearing. I can hear clearly now that we in a better space. Now, instead of assuming, because I remember I was in the car, I used to assume, and then I was like, no, I'm asking because you said this. I just want to make sure. And I asked, she was like, oh, okay. And then she realized, wow, you really putting in effort to listen better by clarifying, rephrasing. So what you're saying is this. This is what you desire from me, da da da. Whatever the topic was. So I'm grateful for our individual thoughts changing. I'm grateful for us as a collective thoughts change, and everything that we have going on. I'm just grateful. That's another thing. Being grateful every day. Living being staying in a state of gratefulness is important.
Yep.
That helped us too.
Yep. It's true.
And holding each other accountable more.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
She really helping me grow up. And I mean emotionally grow up. Not like I'm like age wise, but she definitely helped me. She challenged me. And I be pissed off too.
Yes, you do.
But I do come back and say like it's because of you that I'm better. And we're going through that that challenge. And she makes me eat my words a lot. Like she makes sure, remember what you told them to do? So and then
Yep.
I have no choice but to do right. And I've eat my own words by myself. That's where I got growth from. When I injured my back, I'm like, I gotta go to the doctor. I'm not going into work today. So that's all I got. You good?
Oh yeah.
Y'all good? We good. All right. So remember, you are the designer and creator of your destiny. You control your future. Do something daily to get you closer to your goals. It's your girl KG. I'm the K from SK. It's my lovely wife Stephanie. She's the S from SK. I love her silly side. I love it. And we make up Hey SK. We are your superheroes of self care, aka your transformational mentors. We help wounded healers activate their inner superhero, aka the inner child, so they can live a bold, fun, and free life. Y'all have an amazing night and have an amazing day on purpose tomorrow. Remember, you need some custom gear.
Oh yeah.
Come holler at us. We do hoodies, shirts, shoes, you name it. Can't wait till we get everything fixed up because we got some shower curtains and stuff that we designed too. Can't wait to do our house tour. Watch it. Follow us on YouTube. Have an amazing night. Bye.
Bye.